Today's episode is about how to stop overthinking and find your peace. Welcome back to Soul Talk. Have you at a moment in your life, and I think we've all faced it at some moment, felt so overwhelmed and maybe stressed out? Perhaps you were juggling so many things, you were handling so many responsibilities, facing an important deadline, needing to make some important decisions, dealing with relationships with children, with your business. Life can get so overwhelming now, dealing with so many pressures that we do as modern day human beings. It's not like in the olden days, maybe, our forefathers and mothers lived in a cave. They didn't have 70,000 things pulling at them and social media, or the enlightened, it's easy for the enlightened mystics and masters and monks. Go live in a temple in the middle of nowhere where nothing is around. No relationship, no children screaming, no 405 traffic if you live in LA like me. And I was just in 405 traffic, and let me tell you, it's crazy. You live in the middle of nowhere in a monastery where nothing is around, no one is around. On some level, of course, you're going to have a level of peace because of your environmental situation. But how do you, in the real world, right? Not in the Himalayas, in the real world, not in the middle of a monastery, in the real world, in New York City, in Los Angeles, in Dallas, in Texas, in Hong Kong, in Mumbai, or in London, wherever you're listening to this podcast. How do you find your peace? How do you truly find your peace? Peace, you start realizing. When peace is depending on things outside, your peace is simply transitory, temporary, and superficial. There is outer peace, which is temporary and superficial, and there's inner peace, which is much more deeper. When your peace is dependent on things outside, your peace will fluctuate with whatever happens outside, because you start realizing that everything on the outside is in the realm of duality. Everything goes up, comes down, black goes white, yin and yang. And so when your peace is depending on things in the world being a certain way, you will never feel truly free. You will always likely have a sense of internal anxiety inside, because there's only so much you can control. As human beings, what we tend to do is control all of the things outside. Maybe you've done this, right? If I can control my boss, if I can control my worker, if I can control my wife, if I can control my husband, if I can control my children, if I can just get everything in life to be a certain way and hold it that way for at least 50 years, then I can exhale. The mind is always thinking, when I finally achieve, when I finally get to that weight, when I finally make that amount of money, when X happens, then I'm going to finally have peace. This, my friends, you must recognize is your ego's illusion. It is an illusion of the mind. Peace, true peace, is not an outside job. The outside is a mirror manifestation and really a projection and a reflection of your internal state of being. Peace is an inner state of being. The world can be in chaos. The world can be going crazy. But if you have peace within yourself, then as you go into the experience, you can stand free within yourself in the midst of the storm, find peace, and actually that much more effectively deal with stress, that much more effectively handle the situation, because you are present rather than being a slave, being pulled in all directions by experiences and people and situations. You can stand centered within yourself. This is peace. This is power.